Good morning. Arana. May Triple Gem bless you all. Welcome to the Buddhodhmado Daily Dhamma Zoom discussion. First of all, I would like to pay honor to our spiritual guidance teacher, Buddhodhmado Arana. I want to say that you are very fortunate to hear these Dhamma sermons as our Buddhodhmado Arana teaches us the ultimate truth. This is a story about you, your mind, your thoughts, and overcoming suffering and rebirth. This course of Dhamma discussions will help you understand what the ultimate truth is. You will be able to feel the eternal peace once you realize the ultimate truth. And these Dhamma discussions will help you understand the path to end of all suffering. We have only 1 hour. Let's invite our Dhamma friend to give us or explain us the ultimate truth. Therwan Saranai.
Therwan Saranai. May the Noble Triple Gem bless us all. First, let us pay homage to our spiritual guidance teacher, Venerable Buddhodhmado Aryan Vansa. Continuing on the Dhamma talk of the universal truth, practical pathway to achieve the liberation. Today also we try to understand how the self-realization of the Dhamma. By listening to Buddhodhmado Dhamma talks, by now you should understand what is Dhamma and how it works on us, and this is basically the story that you and I live on. It is natural phenomenon. You will see similar to any other nature. However, we were blindsided by the complexity of the system itself. That is why it is very important to have a noble friend or a guidance for any human being to understand what is the Dhamma and how to understand it and overcome the natural phenomenon of it to freedom. This is not something one could do overnight. It requires dedication and unwavering effort throughout the process. Therefore, the first step is to identify or understand what is the natural phenomenal Dhamma or Paticca Samuppada, depending origination is from a noble friend who have gone through the pathway themselves, understood how it works. This is the key. This is the most important aspect, and you have to understand this truth without any doubts and clarify with your own knowledge that this is something, not a belief. This is why Buddha himself said that problem, answer to the problem and solution all are within you or within your body with and the mind. So coming back to understanding the truth, it is vital that you have mindfulness of the process within you and with the understanding of the depending origination, how it works in you. If you look at what we were discussing in previous Dhamma talks, we were trying to understand the body and mind and how it works and how we are become a part of the system and how it's trick us to believe the illusion. What do you mean by this? If you take a moment and see, you will get some images or pictures continuously, and then you act upon it. How do you get these images? And how important are these images or the visions you are creating for you to live your life? You will understand without those visions, you can't survive. And how are you getting these visions? Have you ever thought about it? This is why it is very important to be mindful and be vigilant of the environment you are living in relation to your body parts. And have you realized what are the key components of your body parts? Definitely sight, your eyes, the vision you get is very important. And then your hearing. Without hearing, you will be disabled, or you will struggle a lot to live normal life. The taste is the other key component of the body that will give you to have food and taste them. And food is key for your maintenance of the body. And the smell is the other one which give you the other component of the tasting foods to find security for your safety. For example, if you smell a burning something, and you will be careful to protect yourself and others. And the other important aspect is the body, the sensation you get. With these 5, you have the mind. If you carefully be mindful of how they work, you will see they get sensations, sight, hearing, smell, taste. With that, you get your thoughts, images, and visions. And this is happening in a very fast and quick manner. This is why it is very hard for anybody to understand how we come into existence and what makes us happy and what makes us sad. And this is the same reason that all beings travel in the samsara journey. However, this is not something that everyone can understand themselves and find way out for liberation. This is why you need help. And this help is also very rare. However, You are hearing this because you have some sort of another natural phenomenon. Even you might not realize that the reason within you would have been looking for the truth. So, first, you should understand you are very lucky and you have never been close to this gem of the life to hear the truth and be happy forever. This is a self-realization phenomena, and individually everyone has to understand how it goes through within themselves. For example, for you to understand how you behave, you have to see sometimes how you being controlled by thoughts and you are acting according to the thoughts. But sometimes you will feel things and you will see that the things are not that what you believing or acting is proper or correct. Maybe not to your satisfaction. Same times you will see based on the vision or sound, taste, smell, or body sensation, you will get feelings or thoughts without your control. This is where you have realized there is something more than to this. Then gradually you should start to investigate and understand what's going on within this 5 to 6 feet body. This is where we need a noble friend and understand the true nature or the natural phenomena within ourselves. First, you have to go back to your early childhood. This is called looking into your previous thoughts, and you have to understand how it all began. This is where you can see in others examples, but you can match with what happened to you as well. As Buddhotpad Arana says, example of child who has born this world without any understanding, any character, and then become a personality or someone who with profile and a character. Can you see how the soul or how an individual is created in this aspect? If you look at the initial example of how first you are being came into existence, when you start to understand the world or try to learn things, the child's example, as soon as he recognized mother, when the mother come in front of the child and say the word mother, and the sound and vision with the other senses, you capture the image of the mother. Most probably this would be the first vision or the Rupane in Pali, the spark that could take place and create the image of the mother. And this is why mostly this could be the reason that mother and the child's attachment is quite strong. So when the child recognizes the mother and her existence in the mind of consciousness of the child create the first feeling of the child's in existence. How do you understand it by an example? Imagine when you see something first time. For example, when you learn how to drive a vehicle and the feeling you get after that is great. With that, you believe you achieve something and you will give more power to yourself, and this is how the establishment of further of the soul, me, mind, myself. Now one could say I can drive, and I'm great. I have another skill. So that is the belief of you have achieved something, give you the feeling there is something outside you that is driving, and you have the skill of driving. Didn't you feel similar situations when you achieve something? You tend to feel more established feeling of your existence. This is not only something when you achieve, even if you set up a goal, that is the place, that is the time one would believe your own existence and empowering your I-ness or the soul. And this is the process from the birth to death we all do. And due to ignorance, we try to keep things permanent, which you know that is impossible. If you try to keep something permanent and want to keep things as it is, that will give you the dukkha or the suffering, because you can't ever keep anything as you like. This is the story of each of us. And when you realize the truth, what's really going on, and then improve your skill set to unwind this process of going on with the flow, you are prone to suffering and then continuation of birth, death, and rebirth, death without no end. So it is vital as well as the key to salvation is that you have to understand without any doubt darshana jnana or the wisdom of philosophy. In simple terms, how this phenomenon works. And this is what all Buddhas uncover and explain. All beings who can self-realize the truth or the depending origination and find the pathway to freedom. So it is critical that every one of us have to be self-explorer as well as well-learned disciple. In Pali, Shrutavat Arya Shravaka. The well-learned noble disciple have to time and time again till he understand the universal truth depending origination, listen to a noble friend and clarify all doubts when they arise. The self-realization of the universal truth is self-realization of there is no truth in the thought. The thought is the one which creates all the issues for us. When you realize just a creation of based on the vibration and the habits and the behaviors that we develop in which return, recognize I-ness, ego, me, myself, and all the other elements of the existence. And this is the creation of all this trouble and suffering for humans. Understanding it without any doubt and self-realization of the operation of the system is the pathway that we should all take. Yourself that we work on the vibration and kampana. This is the Asian word and the word even Buddha used, which is something similar to vibration, and our senses are sensitive to these vibrations, and we operate based on these vibrations when they are equal in the same wavelength of in two ends. In Pali, samanantara, that is, samana means equal, antara means ends. So, this is not anything coming in or going out, it's just being in parallel in same wavelength, and that creates the sound, image, feelings, and the ultimately thoughts. From birth to death, we objectify the things as nama and rupa. Nama is names and rupa is images or visions. So based on that, we create the world to ourselves. What do you mean by create the world to ourselves? When you learn to realize mom with the sound of the mother and the image of the mother, you start to realize the mother in existence. As soon as the mother is recognized, the opposition is that the existence of me, mind, myself. Similarly, we identify other objectives. We understand the moon, and by giving Nama and Rupa for the moon as objectifying, we believe the moon in existence, and in opposition, we recognize that me in existence. However, moon doesn't have a name which is given by moon. Moon didn't come and tell you, I'm moon. Similarly, a person who doesn't understand English won't know if you tell him the moon without showing the moon. So, this is how we create the illusion and objectifying things, and these things become a matter, object, a thing for you, and that's the creation of I-ness, soul. The feeling you have that you are in existence is Atma Sanya, or signal of soul. And this is wrong view. And this wrong view is Atma Dushti. And Atma Dushti is soul, wrong view on soul. And this is how we are being created and our world is being created. Each time when these six senses spark the vibration, you will feel your existence or liveliness. And this is not the truth. That is why there is no truth in thoughts or the sparks taking place and giving you images. Can you take a moment and examine what we just discussed? All the things around you are something that you are being created, and they are based on the vibrations, and the vibrations creates the spark, and spark creates the thoughts. Even if you look at the modern day science, which are not 100% accurate, but still They are based on the observations and examinations. The latest string theory is that to say the universe is constructed based on the strings of vibrations which are smaller than the nucleus. Tathagata Lord Buddha exclaimed this 2500 years ago, and it was revealed that there is nothing, there is no anything for the human to hang on and get attached or disattach. The Raga Desha Moha, the defilements, all are created based on this illusion that on belief there is existence of outside world. The system within we are born as human body are built upon to carry us with this wrong view. And the world is based on the existence, the languages, and systems all are set up to take us on this illusion. This is why it is quite challenging for anyone to overcome the system and realize the truth, and there is nothing and the nothingness. This is something you can realize yourself and don't believe it on hearing it from someone. For example, the vibration and the creation of the world based on vibration can be experimented by yourself. How can you do that? Take a moment and see how you start your day. You start your day based on your thoughts. You plan what are you going to do today, and then you proceed with it. How do you get these thoughts? If you look at them carefully, you will see they were built upon on your past experience and thoughts. It's a process and it's automatic. Similarly, when you walk and you will find you go your direction automatically without somebody or yourself doing it. And it is similar to other natural phenomenon like a flowing river or falling leaf from a tree. The difference is that the river doesn't say me flowing, or the leaf doesn't say I'm falling from the tree, because it doesn't have the mind consciousness sensor. And because of that, it doesn't have any suffering as well. Actually, aren't we hanging on to me, mine, myself, for which doesn't exist? So there is nothing for us to hang on to it. Think about it. And see with the Dhamma how you can assess the whole life of yourself and see whether there is anything to hang on. Another example that can be used to understand this phenomenon is the movies. The movies you watch on television or theaters are known to you that is not true. But the movie which runs in our system that we tend to believe it's true, and we believe that me, mine, myself, the actor, is in existence and live and kicking. However, there is no difference to the movie you watch in theater and the movie that runs in your mind consciousness. It's just not exist. It's an illusion. The akusal or the unskilled make the ignorance person to go with the flow and believe that there is a personality, ego, and I-ness. This is known as anusota, go with the flow, or winding with the system which is created by the six senses. And the talent or the skills, kusal, that you have to develop will give you the understanding of salvation from the caught up in the system. When you live in the present moment without getting caught up in the thoughts, in another words, when you are aware of there is no truth in the thoughts or the imaginations you are getting as movie, you will not suffer anymore worrying about the future or regretting the past. This is the liberation in this world as well as from the next world. This is the realization of nothingness or no value. As you are now aware, this is just imaginations created by the vibration, and vibration is also nothing. And this will give you the greatest freedom and gift to yourself. This can be experienced by yourself without believing on anyone. For example, see how happy you would be without believing on your thoughts, worrying about future or regretting what happened in the past. When you gradually improve your mindfulness or living in the moment, you will not have any scattered mind, and you will have insight meditation or vidarshana wisdom. This will give you what we were searching for an unimaginable time. This is the ultimate achievement of any human being. All the human beings are born to achieve this and have the ability to do it. It's a matter of determination and preference for your liberation without getting attached to this world. To achieve this, you need to have clear understanding of the Paticca Samuppada, depending origination, and without any doubt, you should be able to see how the six senses, depending on the vibration, and how it creates world for you, and this is cause and effect. When the cause is not in existence, effect disappears. As soon as you understand this universal truth, you will find it automatically become a well-learned, noble disciple. With the guidance of the Kalyana Mitra, you will be able to develop your kusal talent ability to become practitioner. This is known as Kusalasya Upasampada. That is the talent, greatest merit that you can do will give you the coordination, automatic coordination, and you will find yourself, you will experience it that you will be well disciplined and you don't need any rules or regulations to be controlled. Since you are in control of your six senses, this is not hard to understand. As you know, we do everything to satisfy our six senses. As soon as you are in control of these six senses, or you are aware of what's going on with them, you will not do anything regretful or mistakes. All your untalented akusal will be stopped. Thank you for listening today. Wish you all the best in your pathway to freedom, and may this meritorious deed help you to achieve blissful nirvana. And thank you for Kalyana Mitra, our spiritual guidance teacher, Venerable Buddhotpada Arana, for giving this opportunity to talk to you. Teruvan Saranai. May the Noble Triple Gem bless us all.
Teruvan Saranai. Our time is over for the day. Let me thank our Dharma friend for his valuable speech about universal truth. Please listen this again very carefully and try to understand the universal truth. Teruvan Saranai, Teruvan Saranai Aran Mahansa, Teruvan Saranai everyone.